Hey, Nico here. All right, so we are gonna get on with some yoga here. Let's start in a comfortable seat. If that means having a block to sit on, either cross-legged or kind of, oh, that's sort of hero's pose, right? You can have a block underneath you either way. Having a block can relieve pressure out of your knees, open up the space in your hip flexors, and kind of a good indicator if you need it is if you're able to maintain good posture the whole time comfortably. And so if you feel like you're getting slouchy, it could be that you're kind of pulling against pressure the whole time, tightness. So go ahead and put that block underneath you and just give yourself an opportunity to relax in your seated position. So we'll lower our gaze or close our eyes. And we'll just take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Again, deep breath in. Exhale it out. Just tuning in to your body, taking notice of whatever is going on. Noticing if your mind is busy, or perhaps it's very early in the morning and your brain and your body are silent and still sleeping. How lovely. There's no judgment on any of it, right? It's all fine. It's all normal and natural. The thing we want to try to resist doing is the analysis of it all, the critical mind. Send that manager off for break right now. She is hyper diligent, great worker. She needs to go sit on the side and drink some Gatorade right now. And just be. Maybe you notice, like me, that your stomach is growling. Maybe you notice tension or stress in your lower back. Maybe you notice that you're wanting me to stop talking and move on, wanting to get to the yoga, get that manager back in here. Just keep sending her away. I want to take a few breaths together where you're paying attention to your torso and how you're breathing. So we have all different kinds of breathing, right? We have shallow breath, which is this kind of stress breathing, can even be almost hyperventilating, right? It's a panting, it's like a short inhales just through the upper chest. We often do that indirectly when we're constricting our torso when we're working hard too. And so it's important to try to keep a full breath at all times. The deep belly breathing that is a stress reduction breathing. So let's start with our hands on our rib cage, kind of at the bottom of your rib cage. And I want you to take long, slow inhales and exhales. Maybe we'll do a count of 3 in, count of 3 out. And I want to have this sensation that our entire rib cage and diaphragm is ballooning out and then comes all back in, and balloons out and comes back in. So We'll inhale and exhale. We'll inhale and exhale. See if you can get a little extra ballooning out of your back rib cage, your back, your lungs are kind of pushing through your back. Inhale and exhale. At the bottom of this exhale, give it a little extra exhale. Holding your breath. And inhale. Relaxing with your breath. So I really think it's important when we are, holding warriors or side angle, any position really, you're really tuning into this full breathing. And I talk about the holding positions because often in those holds, we start getting stressed, we start holding our breath, we start panicking and getting this short breath in our upper chest. So anytime in yoga or outside of yoga, you start noticing that you're stressed, one of the first things you can do is tune into your breath, right? So noticing first, what does my breath feel like? Am I panting? Am I taking long like this? Sometimes there's that hyperventilating breathing where you're like, it's deep, but it's fast and you're just pumping, right? You don't want that either. So tuning into this slow, controlled inhales, exhales, diaphragm is kind of doing its full work, ballooning in and out. So awesome. We'll just keep where we're at here for a second. Let's take our hands on our knees and we're going to take an inhale. We're going to bring our chest forward, shoulders come down and back, kind of bringing our chest leading, crown of our head are leaning. Inhale, exhale, come all the way back, carving it all out. Inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to clasp our hands behind our back. Mine are kind of seated on my sacrum and kind of right on the top of my butt, all right? And so I'm grabbing, and then we're going to pull our fist back. I'll just rotate a bit for you. So we're going to clasp our hands and then pull our fists back, opening our chest. Feeling that big opening in the front of our shoulders and the outer parts of our chest. If you guys have been watching these yoga sessions, so you can swing your arms if you want. Yeah, swing your arms. Give yourself a little smack on the back as you go. My brain is not as active in the morning, and I'm questioning the word I just used. Sternum, sacrum. Got it. I just, for a half a second there, I've been up since 4:45. My brain was just not quite catching it there, but I think I didn't miss it, so that's good. All right. Let's come. So if you were in a seat and you had your legs crossed, cross the other one on top for a minute. Make sure we even out the sides. Let's take our left arm up overhead, and we're going to take our right arm and shoot it through, grabbing the opposite leg and just kind of stretching over, and then come back. Switch sides, right arm up, left arm reaches over, really kind of opening up instead of caving forward. Come back to center. One more time, both sides. Opening up, rotating up to the ceiling and down, side, Good. Again, let's take our hands, bring them behind our back, clasp our hands, and then kind of punch our fist out, opening our chest. Relaxing. Good. Well, shake it out, shake it out. And let's do a little neck rolling. So we're going to take our right ear to our right shoulder, but we're not lifting the shoulder. We're just dropping the head, seeing if we can get it to meet. Mine's not meeting. That's fine. And then we're going to keep rotating down, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. And I kind of go just a little bit back, just enough to open up the front side here. It's like, it feels so good. It's a nice, it stretches this neck muscle for me. And then back down to the side, and then get that little extra opening. You can feel like by moving your jaw, you can get a little extra stretch in there. Let's go just heavy head, chest to chin. Hands are going to clasp behind your head, and they're not pulling, they're just getting kind of heavy and melty. Good. Let's come up. We're going to come to, let's see, let's go all fours. And let us take our left leg and we're going to extend it back behind us, straight out. Really activating our glute and our abs to have this straight line, full lift, and down. And we'll switch legs. Right leg is coming out, and then foot is flexed, leading with that heel, using both our glute, kind of upper hamstring, and abs. Really using those abs, gets a little tiny bit of a tuck in our tail to lift and down. Again, to the left side. We're going to lift up. This time we're going to take our right hand and extend it out. Trying to be this straight line. Bringing them both in, dropping them down. Right leg comes out and up, engaging our abs. Left arm comes out. Good. Back down. Widen your knees, and then you're going to push back, settling into a child's pose. I like to have space between my knees for my torso to settle. Enjoying the pressure on your third eye. It's nice. Excuse me, Mira. Hey, girl. Don't bite my braid. Toot. Okay. Let's come back up. Mira would like to know why she got left behind for jujitsu this morning, huh? Is that what this is? All right, so we're on all fours. We're going to take our left leg and back out the way we had it before. Shoot it out, and then lift it up. Using our Right leg to be strong and stable. Abs are engaged. Left glute is really working. Left hamstring is really working. We're going to bring our right arm out. And then we're going to play with bringing both our arm and our leg out to the side, keeping them lifted. Ooh. Back around and down. Feeling that in the hip a little bit, a little bit. Right leg out, lifting it up. Arm out. Getting that nice, stable core. Really engage because we're going to challenge the balance and the strength as we shift out, keeping them lifted. Back around and down. Let's curl our toes under. Push back. Downward dog. Excuse me, monster girl. You're toot. Let's pedal our heels down one at a time. Stretching out our Achilles behind our knees. Ooh-wee. All right. We're going to take a bend in the knees, keeping hovering, right? So our knees are still hovering. We're driving through our palms, resisting the kitty cats that are attacking us. Okay, let's move forward first and then I'll talk. We're going to shift forward to plank. Drop your knees, lower yourself down. Elbows are tight. Good. And we're going to take our arms out, T fashion. So let's go straight out. We're going to roll over the right side. Some people have this idea. It's almost the equivalent of the goal that meditation should result in a quiet mind, when that's actually impossible, and it's not what happens. And instead, we should be tuning into the present and kind of shifting the way that our mind is working, as opposed to trying to silence it, because you can't silence your brain, right? So in that same style of thinking, arms back teed out, rotate over onto the left arm. People have this idea that a meditative space or a yoga space should also be silent. And that's also factually not how it goes, right? It's really difficult. And almost it would be counterproductive if it were, because then it's training you only be able to be in a yogic state or relaxing or tuned in and all these things when the conditions are perfect. And the conditions are never perfect. The point is to be able to stay in your yogic state even when the kitty cats are attacking your arms. Hands under the shoulders, lifting our abs, pushing back, curling our toes under, lifting up, downward dog. The distractions of life, pedaling your heels while we're here, are the reality. So that's what we're practicing for. So while we're here, we practice with a kitty cat. Right leg comes back behind, lifting up, keeping that same engagement that we had before, where we're really using our glute. We're going to bend the knee, bring it all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, dropping it between our hands. So we have this kind of supported high lunge, lifting with our back leg. Let's drop our back heel. get our front heel in line with our back arch. And we're going to windmill all the way up to warrior two. Rolling with the punches, huh? Not stressing about it, not feeling like we need to control the situation. It's perfect. We're fine. Pulling our left hip back, tucking our right hip under, right knee is going back. Noticing that breath, that full ballooning breathing through our diaphragm. We're going to straighten out our front leg, and we're going to take our right arm, reaching up, 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 extending back. And then we're going to come back down, bending the front leg, taking our hands, tracing the mat along to the back edge of the mat so that our left knee is bent, right leg is straight, toes are up. If you want to stay here supported in your skandasana, go for it. If you want to come up, great. And then we're going to keep rotating to the back. We're going to kick off with this back leg to balance warrior three. Drop that right leg behind you so the toes hit the mat, but the heel is still lifted. They're about 7 or 8 o'clock on the clock. If your left foot is your 12 o'clock, drop your butt, bending your knees, lifting your chest. Arms are like a cape coming back. Breathing through the stress of your muscles. And then we're going to kick off, standing up, arms to our sides. Shake out our knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Have a little bend in your forward fold. Swinging left and right if that feels good. Grabbing opposite elbows, letting your head be heavy. Good. Now let's bring our fingertips to the mat. We're going to drop our tails. So we're like in a chair pose basically. And we're going to bring our heels up off the mat. So we're on our tippy toes. And then I want you to play with, don't stress yourself out about it, seeing if you can come all the way up. Ooh, all the way. And then we're going to keep up on our tippy toes, swan diving forward, kind of a diver's pose. Oh, I lost it. Keep going. Drop the tail, drop the heels, shake it out. How did that feel? I wonder for you guys. I only get to wonder from here. Good. So let's take a bend in the knees, plant our fingertips, our hands, and we're going to step our right leg all the way back. All the way back. And then we're going to drop that right heel, take our right arm, come up. Excuse me, sister. That's ouchie. Ah! She's going to make it tough on me today. Girl, go find somebody else to play with. Warrior two. I'm going to make these poor people hold warrior two for forever. Right hip is back. Left is forward. Taking our left palm, reaching up, straightening that left leg, opening up through our left side, and then coming all the way back down, bending that leg and tracing the mat all the way to the front, rotating to the front of the mat, taking our right leg back, downward dog. Pedal through your heels. Take our left leg, reach it up, and then we're going to bring this knee. The knee is coming forward so that our foot drops between our hands. We're in the supported high lunge, tuning into our posture, the strength in our base, lifting through that back leg, trying to have a straight line from the crown of our head down to our heel. Good. Let's take that right heel, drop it down so that it's perpendicular to the front foot. Get it all lined up. We're going to windmill our arms up. Warrior two. Right hip pulls back, left tucks under, left knee is pulling back. Shoulders are down, face is relaxed. Breathing through the tension of your quads working, your glute working. Good, and we're going to straighten that front leg, reaching our left arm up and back. And then we're going to come back down, bending that front leg and bringing our arms down, tracing along the mat. Bending our right leg, left is straight, left toes are up. You can stay here with your fingertips down or you can come up unsupported. Your Skandasana. And then we're going to rotate. Keep rotating to the back. So we're driving off through our back toes, launching ourselves forward into a warrior three. So kind of this airplane pose. Notice one side might have a little more balance than the other. If you fall out, come back in. And then we're going to lower that leg, toes down, heel up, curtsy, bend your knees. That back foot is about 5 o'clock on the clock. Chest up. Take a deep breath. Keeping that bend in the knees. And then we're going to step out. Arms up. Shake it out. Arms aside. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Enjoy whatever bend you need. Oh, good. The little monster has found another victim right now, it looks like. She left me for the time being. Shaking out your knees, swaying. Good. Now bring your fingertips down or your palms. I think fingertips. Drop your butt. So you're in chair pose. And then we're going to lift off through our heels so that we're on our tippy toes. All right, get nice and strong and stable. And then we're going to come all the way up. Keep coming. Keep coming. Good. Keep your toes lifted or your heels lifted. Swan diving down, kind of this diver's pose. Keep going, bend your knees, drop your heels. Awesome. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. Let's take our left leg and step it all the way back. Drop that heel. Your left heel is dropping perpendicular to the front. Left arm is going to windmill up, back into warrior two. Right palm flips. The right leg is going to straighten, and we're going to reach back and then come back through that warrior two, bringing your hands to the mat, tracing the mat all the way to the front, bending your left knee, rotating, right leg steps up, right leg steps back, left leg steps back. Downward dog. Let's shift forward. Plank. Noticing your breathing here. This is one of those short breathing poses where we get all, because we're using our torso, right? This is a super core workout. So what happens is we cinch up and then we stop breathing. Basically, we just keep this little short panting through our upper chest. So let's try while we're here. If you need to drop your knees to really have a full inhale and exhale through our diaphragm all the way. So we're pushing through our back and side bodies. Good. Drop your knees if you haven't already. Let's lower ourselves down. Hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to lead. First, let's make sure we have everything situated. So the tops of the feet are pushing down. Our quads are engaged, which lifts the knees off the mat. You may not be able to see me, and I don't know how droopy my sweats are. Glutes are engaged, so my butt's really tucked and driving my pelvis down into the mat. You have all this engagement in your lower body. One thinks when we do these cobras and so forth that you just push off through your arms, but really it's this whole lower body engagement that enables a lift through your upper body. So we're going to lift, chest is off the mat. We're not pushing. The hands are kind of pulling yourself forward, creating space in your spine. But your back muscles are what are holding you up. Yeah. Good. Lower back down. Relax your lower body. Shake out your hips. Let's take our left leg and we're going to bring it up. It's kind of like some people sleep this way, right? I don't know what the position is, like half fetal, half star. I don't know. Okay, so we have one leg bent, kind of splayed out to the side. Let's take our left foot and lift it up and back down and up and back down. One more, up and down, bring it back. Right leg is going to come out to the side, bent. And then we'll lift that right foot, really getting a rotation in our hip joint and down. lifting up and down. We still have that energetic kind of pushing into the mat a little bit so that we're not cinching into our lower back and down. And you can bring that leg back. So we'll anchor down through our knees. Knees are down, hands underneath our shoulders. We're gonna lift up through our tummy and we're gonna push back, curl our toes, down dog. Take our right leg, reach it back, and then we're gonna open it up to the side, straight-legged first, and then we'll bring that foot to our butt, kind of, dog peeing on the hydrant, dirty dog. And then we're gonna bring this knee all the way through, lifting, 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 all the way through between the hands. Taking our left foot, the back foot, we're going to drop the heel, but it's not going perpendicular like we do in Warrior Two. It is dropping just back. It's at about a 45-degree angle to our foot front. Keeping our torso facing forward, we're going to rise up, bent front leg, Warrior One. Warrior One, you might need to heel toe out, kind of widening. If you were standing on railroads tracks, you would need to kind of widen the tracks. Bringing our shoulders away from our ears, tucking this tail still, right? So we're not like this. We're bringing that tail in, engaging our abs. We're going to step forward again like we did before to Warrior Three, but this time we're going to step forward, standing on our right leg, left is going to hover. So kick off, bring this left leg up, hovering. I'm going to rotate. You don't need to rotate unless you need to see me. All right. So left leg is hovering. Keep hovering. Woo-hoo. You gotta roll with it. If you start swaying, you gotta let the sway happen, otherwise you fall. Apparently this class is rolling with the punches. It was not planned, but here we are. Great. Whose hip flexors burning up? All right, we're gonna take this left leg, we're gonna crisscross it over the right, and we're gonna have it resting the ankle on the quad. And then we're gonna lower down, kind of a figure four chair pose. And then we're gonna hinge all the way down, forward fold with a figure four. Now taking that left leg, we're gonna cross it all the way over. So now you have this like tight cross, like a lady's cross-legged. And then these toes can either just kind of prop themselves right here on the mat, or if you can find a wrap around, go for it. But let's start with them we're a little tight right now to get into it. So just leave them hanging for a second. As we lift, you can kind of tuck it in, keeping the bend. Ooh, my balance is not there. I'm gonna check my ego at the door, have my toe tips on the ground. I'm gonna drop my butt, come up with my chest. I have my left leg over, so my left arm is under, and we're gonna be in this eagle pose. Again, if you can find a full wrap with your foot, good. But if you're here, nothing wrong there. Keeping space between your neck and your shoulders and your forearms. Good. And then unravel, come all the way back up. Leg is on fire. I know. Drop that leg. Shake out the right. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Good. All right. Big inhale, arms up. Up on the tiptoes. Again. Divers coming down. Exhaling. Trying to control. All the way down. Drop your heels, your hands. We're going to step back. Downward dog. Shift forward, plank. Drop our knees, keeping our elbows tight. We're going to lower down. And then we're going to pull ourselves forward to lift up. Come back down, pushing through our palms. Downward dog. Good. Left leg is going to come back behind us. And keeping that left leg straight for a second, we're going to open up to the side. Stretching, opening, and then dropping that heel to our butt. Get a little extra stretching and opening. And then keeping that knee lifted, we're going to lift, 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 bring that knee forward, dropping it between our hands. And then we're going to drop that back heel again. Remember, so we're going to warrior one, so it's not dropping perpendicular. It's going to be at this like 45-degree angle. And maybe you need a heel toe out for stability. Then we're going to come, keeping our torso facing our front foot. We're going to come all the way up. Trying to keep that tail tucked. Shoulders relaxed. Then we're going to pivot on our back foot so we come onto the toes. And we're shifting forward. We're going to stand on this leg, keep this leg hovered. So we're going to kick off. Whoop, I grabbed the wall. Grab the wall. Keep that left leg or that right leg up. Okay. Find your balance. Keep lifting. Shoulders down. Hips square. Watch me. I'm going to have a windy day going on over here. Get those hip flexors turned on, huh? I've been thinking about the hip flexors a lot lately. Thinking actually I need to do more active engagement of them. They take a lot of stress support, but like actually just giving them their own time. Take this right leg, bring it up so that it's a figure 4 on your other leg. And then we're going to squat down. Flexing that right foot. And then we're going to hinge forward, forward fold with a figure 4. And we're going to take that right leg and cross it all the way over. And for a second, it's just going to dangle. But eventually, as we kind of shift our torso up, it might reach the ground or it might wrap behind our left kind of calf, right? So let's get it nice, strong, lift up, right leg is on top, so right arm is under, and find the place for your foot. So maybe it's like mine right now where it's propped on the mat, or maybe you're able to find the full wrap. Good, no, nice and controlled. Just for one more second, come up, bring it down, Shake out that left leg. Nice, guys. I'm sweating. You sweating? We got hot and humid happening here in Texas already. Wee hours of the morning. It's roasty toasty. All right. Let's just settle in so we'll start. Let's see. We'll take a big inhale. Arms up. One more. Toes up, swan dive, or heels up. Heels up. Tippy toes. Diver's pose. Coming down. Nice and pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All the way down. Dropping our butt. Bring it down. All the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Don't get too settled quite yet. Not quite yet. Just let your heart rate settle a little bit, not all the way. All right, so we're going to go arms overhead, well, behind the head. I guess it's kind of confusing when you're laying down. Kind of pencil stretch or good morning stretch. And we're going to go from this completely flattened out straight line to a tight, tight, tight ball. So we're going to engage our abs, lift our head, bring it in, lifting up, right? So we're hovering on our tailbone. Come back down. Inhale. Exhale. Up and down. One more. And down. Good. Let's take our right leg and bring it in. We'll lace our fingers behind our hamstring, straighten out that leg, flexing the foot, pulling it in. I mean, if you can reach up higher and get yourself, do whatever you need to get a nice stretch. Right? And the left leg is kind of actively pulling down and away. Good. Bend that right leg. Take your left hand, grab the knee, and the right arm's going to flatten out, teed out, and then we're going to bring that leg over. Good. Bring it back up. Straighten it out. Left leg's coming in. We're going to lace our fingers around. So take your natural lace and then rotate it so that it's the awkward lacing. Take your left leg, straighten it, flex your foot. Right leg is kind of pulling down a little bit. Dropping that heel, bending the leg. Take our right hand, grab the knee, left arm straightens out, and we're just gonna get a little twist. Oh, maybe get a little pop like I did. Trying to keep your shoulders both on the mat, at least as much as possible. So you don't just keep rolling until you lift, right? Good, bringing that knee back up. Bend both legs. Bring your feet together. Kind of get your little tail tuck going And then drop your knees out to the sides. You can take your hands and rest them on your inner thighs, give a little extra weight. Nice, guys and gals, folks, y'all. Bring your knees up. Take your knee, grab your knees with your hands, pull them in tight. Give yourself a big old hug. Good. And then put your hands on your shins, and we're just going to get a little rock in. And even if you made it to your seat on the first time, just keep rocking. It's a nice massage on your spine. So I'm going to do one more. Excellent, 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 excellent. We did it. We made it. Even through an assault of a cat, you know? Man, who knows what you guys are dealing with. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed having these classes available. Hope you guys are thriving and happy. Yeah, look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.